In other news, Lebanon endures a second day of relentless airstrikes as Israel intensifies its assault on Hezbollah strongholds across the country. Israel's attack on Lebanon yesterday killed more than 550 people, including 50 children, and wounded around 1,800 others. It is the deadliest bombardment in the country since the 2006 Israel-Hezbollah War. Israel's bombardment has sent thousands fleeing from southern Lebanon. Displaced families have resorted to sleeping in shelters set up in schools in Beirut and the coastal city of Sidon. While most of the airstrikes were concentrated in southern Lebanon, some reached the east and northeast of the country. Israel says it hit Hezbollah targets, but Lebanon says most of the sites were residential areas. Israel also received retaliatory strikes from Hezbollah. Air raid sirens filled the air across the north as the group fired some 75 projectiles, 5 of them targeting central Israel. No injuries have been reported. Now, more than 30 flights to and from the Lebanese capital have been cancelled. Several airlines, including British Airways, also cancelling flights to and from Tel Aviv. World powers have voiced concerns about the escalating violence, fearing a wider regional war. China says it's deeply shocked by the Israeli strikes, while G7 nations warn that no country stands to gain from a further escalation in the Middle East. UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk urged all states and actors with influence to avert further conflict. His spokesperson added that Israel's warning to residents in Lebanon does not justify targeting civilians. The European Union's top diplomat also voicing fears that the escalation could cause a full-fledged war.
The worst scenario, I have to say it, is materializing. The worst expectations are becoming reality. And we need peace in the Middle East, because the ongoing escalation is a danger for the whole region. And the path towards peace starts with a single step: ceasefire in Gaza.
Well, we have more on that story from Sarah Coates. She's reporting live to us from Tel Aviv. Sarah, given what we've just heard and what we've just talked about, what's the situation on the ground along the Israel-Lebanon border today?
We do have some breaking news. The IDF, the Israel Defense Forces, has just confirmed that it's carried out yet another one of the so-called targeted strikes on the southern suburbs of Beirut. Still no indication as to who this targeted strike was actually after, but what we have been seeing over the past few weeks is Israel going after the senior Hezbollah commanders. So, of course, this is still a developing story. We will have more information coming to you a little later on. But there are a lot of unverified videos circulating on social media showing very large plumes of smoke going up into the air in the southern suburb of Beirut where this strike took place. But also today, this cross-border fire does continue. Israel saying that it's hit more than 1,600 Hezbollah targets so far. And this has caused the deaths of more than 550 people, including 50 children. That is according to Lebanon's health ministry. Now, the latest wave of strikes have been targeting the Bekaa Valley in the east of the country, also continuing to hit targets in southern Lebanon. And this is really causing chaos, panic on the ground as people from these southern areas move further north, with the highways really seen in gridlock. We do have a statement here from the IDF. It says that they've been hitting weapons storage facilities and command centres. But really, hospitals are overwhelmed, and this is extremely concerning, given that really the entire global community is bracing for what could be further escalation.
Sarah, could you also talk to us a bit more about Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's reportedly telling his security cabinet that the aim of the strikes is to cut Hezbollah from the war with Hamas?
In the context of that, what we have been hearing from Hezbollah over the course of this 11-month war is that it has been firing these projectiles, these rockets into Israeli territory in solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza. It's been saying that it will stop when the war in Gaza stops. Now, so far, there have been 8,000 odd rockets fired over that Lebanese-Israel border into these largely evacuated northern communities of Israel. And this is one of the pledges, one of the recent pledges that we've heard from the Israeli government when it expanded these war goals, and that is to return these 60,000 displaced Israelis back to their homes. And Benjamin Netanyahu, he's been under a lot of pressure to do this. People in the north have been extremely angry with him, saying that they've been left alone basically to fend for themselves. And what we're seeing with this aerial campaign is Israel really trying to degrade Hezbollah's weapons storage capabilities and weapons capabilities, full stop. It is believed to have around 150,000 rockets. These are short to long-range rockets which could be capable of hitting anywhere in Israel. So certainly a growing concern over what the days, what the weeks could hold in store in this region. And this is one of the reasons that the United States has decided to send extra troops to join the odd 40,000 people already in the Middle East over fears that this could escalate. And just over the last couple of hours, the Iranian president has been speaking out to US media, basically saying that Hezbollah cannot stand alone. And what we have to remember here is that Hezbollah is an Iranian proxy.
Thank you, Sarah. We'll check back in again. Sarah Coates reporting live to us from Tel Aviv.